But Elon endorsed me the other day, and I didn't even know this. He didn't even tell me about it. But he gives me $45 million a month.
At no point did I say that I was donating $45 million a month to Trump. That was a fiction made up by the Wall Street Journal.
Well, in a bit of a welcome plot twist, right-wing billionaire Elon Musk just publicly humiliated Donald Trump in the best possible way, and I'm here for it, even though Musk also sucks. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, we have several clips to talk about in this video. I should say, though, before we get started, if I sound rough, it's because I'm not feeling well, so please be patient with me. Listen, Elon Musk and Donald Trump are just two of like the worst people ever. I mean, obviously, particularly Trump, but Musk, you know, he's an internet troll. He has stupid political takes, and he's incredibly dangerous when you consider the amount of wealth at his disposal combined with his political ignorance and stupidity. And there seemed to be, you know, this burgeoning unholy alliance between Trump and Musk, which has been in development for years, despite their complex history, and we'll get into that. And then it was reported that Elon Musk committed to donating $45 million a month to Donald Trump's political campaign by way of super PACs and PACs. And Donald Trump himself took note of this at a recent rally.
And so are other. We have to make life good for our smart people, you know? We have some smart people. We have to make life good for our smart people. And he's as smart as you get. But Elon endorsed me the other day, and I didn't even know this. He didn't even tell me about it. But he gives me $45 million a month.
That's pretty bad news, right? Especially for the pro-democratic coalition. Elon Musk at any given day is the richest man in the world. And again, really profoundly politically stupid. And these two things are in combination are really dangerous. But we got some good news, actually, from the right-wing billionaire himself. This is what he said in public in response to the claim that he's donating $45 million a month to Donald Trump by way of PACs and super PACs.
Mr. Musk, are you still going to donate to Trump? Do you still donate $45 million? I'm sorry?
At no point did I say that I was donating $45 million a month to Trump. That was a fiction made up by the Wall Street Journal.
Mr. Musk.
A fiction made up by the Wall Street Journal. Interesting. And this is actually what the Wall Street Journal reported. So Elon Musk has said he's committing around $45 million a month to a new pro-Trump super PAC. Other backers of the America PAC include Palantir Technologies co-founder Joe Lonsdale and Winklevoss twins. So I've heard, by the way, of Palantir. I don't know too much about them. It's interesting because Palantir, that's a reference to the Lord of the Rings. And Palantir is the sphere, the communication sphere that Sauron used to corrupt Saruman. I don't know why you would name a company after that. I mean, it's a badass name, don't get me wrong, but it's like very ominous, very strange. Are you suggesting you're a corrupting influence? I don't know. Elon Musk has said he plans to commit around $45 million a month to a new super political action committee backing Donald Trump's presidential run, according to people familiar with the matter. So he says that's a fiction, reported by the Wall Street Journal, that this article is nonsense. And he's also said some other things indicating more of a separation between him and Trump than we might have otherwise believed. So he was recently interviewed by Jordan Peterson, who, by the way, talk about a terrible person with terrible political views. Jordan Peterson, I mean, my God, imagine Trump, Musk, and Peterson in a room together, the stupidity in terms of politics. I mean, Peterson and Musk, I don't think are stupid men outside of politics. I mean, they're very accomplished. I think Trump is an idiot. But when it comes to their political takes, just awful boilerplate nonsense, right-wing talking points. I mean, it's just, they should just stick to psychology and space travel, right? Whatever, the awful political views. And Musk was interviewed by Musk was interviewed by Jordan Peterson. And apparently during the conversation, he made a point that he doesn't subscribe to a cult of personality, meaning that he recognizes, and this was in response to being asked about Trump. So it seems to me what's interesting there is that's a tacit admission from Elon Musk that Donald Trump runs a cult of personality, and he apparently disdains that. I said in the beginning that Musk and Trump have a complex history, and indeed they do. And what's funny is this tweet has been circulating. This is a tweet from July 11th, 2022, right? So 2 years ago. Somebody's inconsistent as Musk has perfect opportunity to change his mind. But what I found funny is Trump would be 82 at the end of term, which is too old to be chief executive of anything, let alone the United States of America. If DeSantis runs against Biden in 2024, DeSantis will win easily. He doesn't even need a campaign. Now, he was, of course, was wrong about that. DeSantis got walloped in the Republican primary, never even made it to the general terms. Of course, President Biden has announced that he will not be seeking re-election. But that means that this here, Trump would be 82 at the end of term, which is too old to be chief executive of anything, let alone the United States. If Musk is being consistent, then that should not have changed, particularly given that President Biden, who's 3 years older than Donald Trump, is no longer the alternative, right? So if you really are concerned about age, and for whatever you think that Trump is in better health mentally and physically than Biden, I would dispute that, but whatever. Well, Biden's not the alternative anymore. 59-year-old Kamala Harris, the vice president of the United States, is the alternative, and Trump will still be 82 at the end of his second term. So by Trump's logic, by Musk's logic, doesn't that mean that he shouldn't endorse Donald Trump? Well, he did. He did. After the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, Elon Musk came out and said, "I fully endorse Donald Trump and hope for his rapid recovery," suggesting that Elon Musk is not, in fact, a particularly principled person. Shocker. Okay. Again, I say that they have a complex history, so we've seen Musk be occasionally critical of Donald Trump, but the things that Trump has said about Musk, oof. When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless. And by the way, there is actually some truth to that much of Elon Musk's success has been the result of government contracts, government subsidies, government largesse. And telling me how he was a big Trump fan, a Republican, I could have said, quote, "drop to your knees and beg," end quote, and he would have done it. So clearly there's no love lost between these two men. And yet, because they're both wildly unprincipled, they have become allies of circumstance. And we don't know. Elon Musk, of course, like most right-wingers, is a liar. It's entirely possible that, he will shuffle money around and give $45 million a month to this pro-Trump super PAC, which he says is not really explicitly pro-Trump and it's not partisan. But again, that's Elon Musk. You have to take it with a grain of salt. But I do find it funny that it was reported that he would give $45 million a month, that Donald Trump said publicly to his followers that Elon was good for $45 million a month to Trump. And then Musk comes out a few days later and says, actually, that's not true. It's fiction. Great stuff. Hopefully there are some tensions and some disconnections there between these two men that are worth exploiting and exacerbating, especially given that they're two men of profound, fragile egos. So I have no idea how long this alliance of circumstance will last and how deep it goes, but it's just funny that Musk completely sandbagged Donald Trump in the worst possible way, and I love it. Let me know what you think in the comments.